For the larger flower, I have cast on 98 stitches, and the pattern is to knit 1, bind off 3, that's 1, 2, 3, pull that over, knit 2, bind off 3. So it's knit 2, bind off 3 all the way across the row. That's 1, 2, 3, knit 2, 1, 2, and just continue on. And our last binding off will leave us with 2 stitches, and we're going to knit those, turn the work around, and again purl tightly to pull in the stitches to make the ruffle. Just going to again purl all the way across the row. For the next knit row, we're going to knit 1, we're going to bind off 2, 1, 2, and we're going to knit 2, bind off 2, all the way to the end of the row. So that's bind off and bind off and knit 2. And we're almost at the end of the row, knitting 2 and binding off 2. 1, 2. And again, we're going to turn the work and purl it back tightly all the way across to the end of the row, making sure when you get to those gaps you pull the yarn. And after we finish purling this row, we're going to knit a row, purl a row, knit a row, and purl a row, just plain. That will make the middle of the flower, which will be covered up by the other 2 layers. So when you finish this row, just turn around and knit back normally. I've finished my last purl row. I've cut my yarn, I've pulled the stitches to the other end of the needle, and I'm ready to pull them off, which I'm going to do now, one by one. And there's the last stitch. Drop the needle, pull it through once again. We're going to sew up the sides. And this time we're going to pull the thread back toward the middle. Doesn't matter how you get it there, just want to get it there. And now there is your big flower. Now I'm going to put the other 2 on top of it. There we are, and I'm going to take that thread from the bottom and just pull it through so that all 3 flowers are connected. You can do that a few times. And that should do it. Now you're going to have all these threads and you're going to weave them in, and I'm going to show you what I did with the flower, finished flower. After I wove all the threads in, I took a little green button and sewed it in the middle so as to look like, obviously, the middle of the flower. Then I took some green yarn and just did a little crochet chain stitch just to add a little more color to it. And then I sewed it on this headband. You can also put it on a purse, you can put it on a sweater, you can put it on a pocket. It's just a really great thing to know. And once again, I just have to say, don't worry if your stitches don't come out the way you think that they should at the end. Just knit them all up, pull them together, pull them tight, and you're going to have a cute little flower.